Hello friends, welcome back to the new video of KillMath. So today we are going to discuss the chapter midpoint and its converse. So we are going to discuss the problems based on midpoint and its converse. So the previous video is also based on problems and based on midpoints and its converse theorem. So before watching this video, I would request you to please subscribe to my channel and like, share and comment, and don't forget to subscribe it to my channel. So before going into the video, watch the proving of midpoint and its converse theorem video, because after watching that video we'll be able to do the problems based on midpoint and its converse. So without delay, let us go into the video. So the first question is on your screen. Just have a look at it. So ABCD is a quadrilateral in which AD is equal to BC. E, F, G, H are the midpoints of AB, BC, BD, CD and AC respectively. Prove that EFGH is a rhombus. So now you can see the diagram that's given in the question itself, that is ABCD is a quadrilateral. So this is a quadrilateral in which AD is equal to BC. So AD is equal to BC and EF, GH are midpoints of AB. So E for AB, F for BD, this is BD, the diagonal, BD, F, and G for CD and H for AC or CA. Prove that EFGH, nothing but EFGH. So this, the small diamond shaped, you can see the quadrilateral, so that they are asking to prove it is a rhombus. So before that, let us know what is a rhombus. If a quadrilateral is there and if all sides are equal in the quadrilateral, then it is said to be rhombus. So that is a rhombus. So that we have to prove. Okay. Now what we are having to prove is what we are having to prove is prove the quadrilateral name is given over here, EFGH. To prove that EFGH is a rhombus. This is, we have to prove it is. Okay. Now let us go on to the proof. So first, in triangle ADC, just you take this triangle, DG is equal to GC, because G is a midpoint that is given in the question here. G is a midpoint of CD or DC, whatever it may be. Same way, H is midpoint of AC. It is also given in the question. H is also a midpoint of AC. So now by midpoint theorem, here a line is drawn. You can see GH. Just a second. Yeah. Now here GH is joining two midpoints in triangle ADC. So by midpoint theorem, I am writing in short form midpoint theorem. By midpoint theorem, we are having GH is equal to half of AD and GH is also parallel to AD. That will be having by midpoint theorem. So by midpoint theorem, GH is parallel to AD and GH is equal to half of AD. Let us make it as our first equation. Now in triangle ADB, just you take this triangle now. So in this triangle, what we are having is H is midpoint of this line, CA. H is midpoint of CA. It is given in the question. That is one information available to us. And F is midpoint of DB. Here you can see in the question, F is midpoint of BD or DB, whatever it may be. That is another information available to us. And E is midpoint of AB. That is the first information given in the question. E is midpoint of AB. So again, here you can see EF, the line joining two midpoints. As it is joining two midpoints, we can get by midpoint theorem. Again, in triangle ABD, in triangle ADB, by midpoint theorem, here this one you can see as EF is equal to half of AD, because by midpoint theorem it will be parallel as well as equal to half of the another side. So EF will be equal to half of AD and EF will be is parallel to also AD. EF equal to half of AD, EF is equal to half of AD, as well as EF is parallel to AD. Okay. Now let us make this equation as our second equation. Now from 1 and 2, just you take these equations. I will be writing it here. So that you will be able to understand. Okay. GH is equal to half of AD. GH is equal to half of AD, as well as what we are having is EF is equal to half of AD. EF is equal to half of AD. EF is also equal to half of AD. Here we are having half of AD on both the sides in both the equations, and as well as we are having GH equals to them. So as half of AD is equal to GH and half of AD is equal to EF. So these two are equal, and so these two also will be equal because half of AD is equal to GH, half of AD. So this, if it is here, this half of AD also will be equal to EF. So now by or from 1 and 2, from the equation 1 and equation 2, we are having these two are also equal. Just you can see I have kept equals to sign over here. GH is equal to half of AD, which is equal to EF, and after that there is no need of writing off half of AD. Now this whole equation, let us make it as our third equation. Now in triangle ABC, now just you consider these two triangles. Okay, now first take us triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, we are having this one, E is midpoint of AB given in the question, and ABC, so we are having H as midpoint again of AC. Here we are having H is midpoint of AC. So again by midpoint theorem, we are having HE as it is joined by a line, that will be equal to half of BC and parallel to BC. So HE will be equal to half of BC by midpoint theorem. HE will be equal to half of BC and HE is parallel to BC. HE is also parallel to BC. Now let us leave HE is parallel to BC. Just take HE is equal to half of BC. That one, let us make it as our first equation. Okay, we have made first equation already. Fourth equation. Now same way, now just you consider after triangle ABC, AD is equal to BC. You can see it is given in the question itself. The information is available to here. AD is equal to BC. Now as AD is equal to BC, here we are having half of AD and here we are having half of BC. Now this is equation 4. Now from equation 3 and from equation 4, HE is equal to half of BC and GH is equal to half of AD is equal to EF. GH is equal to half of AD is equal to EF. Okay, now as BC is equal to AD. BC is equal to AD according to the information available to us. AD is equal to BC or BC is equal to AD. Now as BC is equal to AD, here in place of BC I will write AD. As they both are equal, I can do so. So I will write AD. Now you are having half of AD and half of AD in both the equations. Now as we have done for equations 1 and 2, here also we will do the same way. HE also we will add up with this. So HE is also equal to them. Now we have got this complex equation. Let us make this equation as equation number 5. Now just come to the diagram. In triangle BDC, now just consider this triangle, the left over triangle. We have done with all the 3 triangles or what are the triangles. Now the left over triangle is this one. Here in triangle BDC we are having G is midpoint of DC. G is midpoint of DC and F is midpoint of DB. F is midpoint of DB. Now again a line is drawn, so by midpoint theorem GF will be equal to half of BC and GF will be parallel to BC. GF will be equal to half of BC. GF is parallel to BC. Now just ignore GF is parallel to BC. Now here BC is equal to AD given in the question. Now again here you can see we are having BC and in place of BC I can write AD. Am I right? As from the equation, from the information, that is BC is equal to AD. BC is equal to AD. So now we are having equation 5 over here. HE is equal to GH. Now I am just rubbing this 5 and writing GF is equal to half of BC. GF is equal to half of BC. And in place of BC I will be writing AD because BC is equal to AD, so anything will be the same. Now again we are having AD and AD over here. AD and AD, half of AD and half of AD. So I can equate GF also with the equation number 5. So here I can equate GF also with this equation. Now we got a complex equation. Let us make this as equation 5 only. Let us leave it like that. Now here if you carefully observe, so what they asked to prove in the question is prove GH is equal to HE is equal to HF is equal to GF. They didn't ask that, but they asked to prove that quadrilateral is a rhombus So if you take that one like this, EFGH, so that quadrilateral, if we take that quadrilateral like this, if we take this quadrilateral EFGH, now here we are having GF, just carefully observe, GF is equal to HE is equal to GH is equal to EF. Now what are these actually? These are the sides of this quadrilateral and they are all equal. GF is equal to HE. GF is equal to HE. So GF is equal to HE and HE is equal to GH. HE is equal to GH and GH is again equal to EF. Just ignore half of AD is equal to EH. You are having EH. All the sides are equal. So as all the sides are equal of quadrilateral EFGH, so this EFGH is a rhombus. So we have proved. So right, hence proved. Okay, now let us go on to the next question. The question is on your screen. Just have a look at it. In the given figure, M is midpoint of AB and DE, whereas N is midpoint of BC and DF. Show that EF is equal to AC. So you can pause the video and have a look at it. I hope you have done that. Now let us go on to the solving part. Okay. Now what we are having to prove is EF is equal to AC. EF is equal to AC. Proof. So for this, we'll be doing a small construction that is given in the question only. Join MN, the dotted line you can see over here, that we have to join. Now you can see here, just have a look on the diagram, the equal parts and all. Yeah, now in this triangle ABC, here this three lines is given is nothing but this line BN will be equal to NC, nothing but N is the midpoint of BC. N is midpoint N is midpoint of, you are having BC. Now N is midpoint of BC, as well as you can see on the line AB. On line AB, you are having M is midpoint, as AM is equal to MB. You can see the one line here, nothing but AM will be equal to MB. Nothing but M is midpoint of AB. M is midpoint of AB. Now what else we are having is, as we got two midpoints and we have done a construction, right? Joined MN. We have joined MN so as to get the line joining two midpoints. So when we get a line joining two midpoints in a triangle, the thing which flashes onto our mind is the midpoint theorem. By midpoint theorem, we are having by midpoint theorem, we are having Mn is equal to half of AC and Mn is parallel to AC. Mn is equal to half of AC and Mn is parallel to AC. Okay, now let us make it as equation number 1. Okay, now just consider this triangle EDF. So in triangle EDF, in triangle EDF, this triangle EDF, this triangle EDF, we are having again M is the midpoint. You can see over here, these two lines are there is nothing but ME is equal to MD. So when these two lines are equal, we can say that M is the midpoint. M is midpoint of DE. M is midpoint of DE. As M is midpoint of DE, after that we can see this line DF. Just concentrate on this line. Here we are having these signs, na? You can see these signs. These signs are nothing but as like these signs only, those signs also, but they are different. That is, they are also representing these two lines are equal. Where there are same signs, those two lines or those two angles will be equal. So DN is also equal to NF. As these two signs are here, DN is also equal to NF and is a midpoint. N is midpoint of DF. Now a line joining two midpoints in triangle EDF is there MN. MN is the line joining two midpoints EDF. So by midpoint theorem, MN is equal to half of EF and MN is parallel to EF. MN is equal to half of EF, Mn is equal to half of EF, and Mn is parallel to EF. Okay, now if this you make as equation number 2, from equation number 1 as well as 2, here you are having 2 and 1 is Mn is equal to half of EF, Mn is equal to half of EF. Now, and also you are having Mn is equal to half of AC over here. So both we are having Mn, so we can equate these two. Mn is equal to half of EF is equal to half of AC. Mn is equal to half of EF is equal to half of AC. Now you just consider this part, just ignore the Mn. So half of EF is equal to half of AC, half of AC. Now you can cancel 2 and 2 over here, 2 and 2, nothing but when you transpose 2 onto LHS, you will be getting 2 by 2 EF. So we will be getting 2 by 2 EF is equal to AC, and 2 and cancel. So EF is equal to AC. EF is equal to AC. So what they asked to prove is EF is equal to AC. So EF is equal to AC we have proved, hence proved. Okay, now let us go on to the next question, the last question. In triangle ABC, AD is median and E is midpoint of median AD. A line through B and E meets AC at point F. Prove AC is equal to 3AF. So that's what they asked to prove. Let us prove it. So before that, have a look at it. You can pause the video and think how to solve it. Hope you have done that. Now let us draw a triangle ABC. So we are having a triangle ABC here. I am drawing it on the next page. A, B and C. We are having a median AD. I hope you know what is a median. A median is nothing but a line from any vertex to another side such that it bisects that side, nothing but it divides that side into two equal parts, that is BD is equal to DC. So it divides that part into two equal parts. That is known as a median. AD is a median. Okay. Now a line through B and E meets AC at point F. A line through B and E. So B and E. So before that they said E is midpoint of AD. So that one let us write here. E is midpoint of AD. Now here what we are having is a line through B and E meets AC at point F. Nothing but a line from B through E meets AC at point F. So this point is known as F. That's what they said. Okay. Now prove that AC is equal to 3AF. This whole AC is there, right? That one they are asking to prove that it is equal to 3AF. That is 1/3 of AC. We have to prove that it is AF. But in order to prove 1/3, we have to have another line from somewhere to cut this one. That is to make this AC into 3 equal parts. Not 3 equal parts, 3 parts, and we have to prove that they're equal. Now for that, draw a construction. We'll do a small construction. Construction is join DG. Let us name it as G. Join DG and join DC parallel to BE. Let us draw a line that is parallel to BE. Parallel to BE. Okay. Now I am rubbing the construction. Now let us go on to the proof. Now in triangle ADG, in triangle ADG, just consider this triangle. You know that E is a midpoint of AD, that is given in the question itself. E is midpoint of median AD. I am just writing it AD. And EF is a line drawn to the third side parallel to DG. So in this triangle, this is midpoint and a line is drawn to the another side parallel to the third side. So here we can apply by converse of midpoint theorem. By converse of midpoint theorem, EF bisects AG. EF bisects AG. So you know converse of midpoint theorem, right? When a line drawn from one midpoint to another side parallel to the third side, so then that line bisects that another side, that bisects the AG, line AG. So bisecting is nothing but it is dividing. If a line is there like this, if this line is bisecting, nothing but these two lines will be equal. AB will be equal to BC. So that is meaning of bisecting. It is dividing that line into two equal parts. Okay. Now by converse of midpoint theorem, we have proved this. Now we have to prove this line is also equal to some other these two any lines, so that we can prove that. Prove that AF is equal to 1/3 of AC, or 3AF is equal to AC. Now AF is equal to FG. I am writing here. AF is equal to FG. It is by converse of midpoint theorem. Now in triangle BFC, you know, as this is a median, D is midpoint of BC. We know that, right? As it is a median, it bisects the side into two equal parts. So BD will be equal to DC. Nothing but. So I am writing here in triangle BFC, we are having D as midpoint of BC. D is midpoint of BC. And again, now a line is drawn from D to another side, parallel, nothing but parallel. We have done the construction, right? Parallel to BF. So BF is parallel to DZ and DZ is also parallel to BF. So both are parallel to each other. So DZ is parallel to BF. DZ is parallel to BF and a line is crossing through the midpoint to another side. So we can apply the converse of midpoint theorem. By converse of midpoint theorem, now we can say DG bisects FC. Now we can prove this AF is equal to 3AC, that I am saying now. DG bisects FC, not AC, it is FC. DG bisects FC, nothing but FG is equal to GC. FG or GF is equal to GC. Now let us make this equation, the previously done equation 1 and this equation 2. Now from 1 and 2 we are having here AF is equal to FG. AF is equal to FG and FG is also equal to GC. Now here we are having two FGs in both the equations. So we can equate these two equations. So AF is equal to FG is equal to GC. Make it as equation 3. AF is equal to FG is equal to GC. But what are these actually? These are the parts of AC. These are small parts of AC. So but they all are equal. So I can write they all are 1/3 of AC. So this part is 1/3 of AC. It is 3 parts. And this is one among these 3. So it is 1/3 of AC is equal to, these all are equal to 1/3 of AC. All are equal to 1/3 of AC. Now just consider what they asked in the question. They asked prove AC is equal to 3AF, right? Now in here we can take AF and one third of AC outside. When we take AF is equal to one third of AC, AF is equal to one third of AC. I can take like that because they all are equal. This equation is nothing but AF is equal to FG is equal to GC is equal to one third of AC. So this is what the actual thing is. This is the whole equation. As we are having equals to, I took this part and one third of AC, this part outside. Now here you know how to prove it, right? We can transpose 3 onto LHS. On transposing 3 onto LHS, we'll get 3 into AF, nothing but 3AF is equal to AC. So AC is equal to 3AF. Hence proved. So that's all.